Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. This is the Walking with Sean series, or Walkie Talkie with Shawnee series, whatever you want to call it. Hey guys, if the camera is too shaky for you, I apologize. You can put your cell phone, smart device, or your computer screen away or not look at it. There's just audio to pay attention to in this video. So today we're going to be talking about managing a canine unit for private security. Really, you get the best of both worlds if you love canines. You get to have a canine partner and you get to work security. And to me, this is a higher tier of security. I'm going to admit this, that I am not as pet friendly per se than a lot of people out there. I've had one canine. I would love to have a dog in the future, but I just don't have the time that canines deserve. I don't want to be that 40% of owners or 35%, whatever it is, who just have a dog in the backyard, just give it food and water and not play with him or her, not take the dog for a walk, or even a run. I don't want to be that person that doesn't clean up the kennel. That's just my pet peeve, you guys, with dog owners. You see all these canines all over the neighborhood, running all over the place. I mean, people just don't care. And I just don't want to do that to an animal. My experience with canines, I've never had a canine, but I have experience working for a private security company who had a fleet of canines. Matter of fact, on a patrol shift, we've had rather large patrol shifts. We actually had about 2 to 3 canine officers per shift. And then at my law enforcement agency, we had 2 canine officers per shift. And I was there when the first canine officer began a shift. So I've seen what they have to go through, and I've also seen the legal repercussions. The thing about managing a canine unit is this. It's overtime. So many times your canine partner is housed with you at your apartment, your house, your living quarters. And in doing so, you have to feed your canine partner, give it water, groom it, exercise with it, take it to the vet. Okay, all of these things that you're doing benefit the employer. There is some benefit to the employer. So let me tell you this. What's going to end up happening is years down the road, you're going to get slapped as an employer. You are going to get slapped with an FLSA lawsuit for unpaid overtime. In the beginning, a lot of canine officers, they're passionate about what they do. I mean, almost all of them, you guys, are I don't know of one canine officer in law enforcement or security who's miserable when they start off. But some years down the road, they start to realize their true value. And they should be compensated for a lot of the things that they do. So let me repeat this. If you're an employer, if you have a canine unit and you are not compensating your private security officers appropriately, years down the road, you're gonna get slapped with a FLSA violation for unpaid overtime. That is going to wreck you as a private security company. So my non-legal advice, non-professional opinion is to pay overtime. So basically what I recommend is that you sit down with the canine officer and ask him or her, how much time do you need a day to groom your canine? How much, or when would you need to go to the vet? And I would think that would be maybe on a quarterly basis, maybe biannual basis. How long does it take you to clean the kennel? okay? And just write down how much it takes to do certain tasks. Also, keep in mind that transporting the canine to work might accrue FLSA overtime. So their 30-minute drive or hour drive to the security office or to the security site, they're watching the canine. They're still taking care of the canine. It's in the control and custody of the canine officer. I believe that should also be compensatable overtime. So just sit down with this officer and ask. What you also might want to do is have this officer fill out a timesheet for all the things that he did for the week for the canine. That might even be a better option than just start handing them a certain amount of overtime, you know, every week or every month. If you put this canine officer on call, you have to pay them in most states. Okay, you can't just say, hey, you know what? I just need you to be available on Saturday or Sunday. Now, I'm talking about for those dogs who are, I can't say this on YouTube. I'm going to spell it out. B-O-M-B trained. You might have them on call. Maybe you have an amusement park contract or some other contract that requires a B-O-M-B canine. You put them on standby. You got to pay them overtime. My best suggestion actually is to talk to a labor attorney before you assign this canine officer. Now, if you own the company, I know that there's a lot of owners of security companies on this channel. If you own the company, that's different. You're not going to sue. You're not going to sue yourself to get unpaid overtime. So that's my suggestion, you guys. I know a lot of you want to start a canine unit, but you have to do your due diligence. FLSA overtime, that lawsuit that involves that, is going to slam you hard. And then there's the liability aspect. You're talking about a different frame or a different level of insurance, commercial insurance. Those dogs do bite, you guys. I once mistaken my partner's patrol unit for mine, and went in there, and that his canine partner almost bit my ear off. Now that would have been my fault. I didn't know that he can get that close to my ear. But there's the liability, aspect as well. The security company that I work for, they had dope dogs, and they also had bite dogs as well. I mean, you're talking about Rottweilers, you guys. That's a liability in itself. And also, before you assign somebody as a canine unit, you have to look at the qualifications of this officer that you're assigning. Is this person mature enough to have a canine? There's always that issue that officer might forget that his canine partner is in the security patrol car on a hot day. Leave him in there, and then that dog dies. You guys, it's not a good thing. That officer can be criminally charged for animal cruelty, and you, as a private security company, you're going to face the brunt of an organization called PETA. Have you ever heard of PETA? If not, look them up, you guys. They're going to be showing up to your office with a bunch of signs suggesting that nobody hire your security company ever again because you're cruel to animals. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you like the content, if you want me to keep talking about canines and security companies, let me know, you guys. Let me know. I know a lot of you are interested in canines. I don't have all the answers, but I will research as best as I can and provide my best personal opinion. You guys all take care. Speaking about canines, that dog over there will not... Never mind. I'm not going to say nothing. We got a lot of dog lovers here. Hey guys, if you like the content, and you want to start a security company in California, sign up for my Private Patrol Operator Leadership and Management course. It's an online course. It is a little bit more than 40 hours long, and it costs about $500. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you want to check out the content.